The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the January 19th. Fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great trading day, or just a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that, it's to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. Of course, if you can't dial in, no problema. Let your fingers do the walking. All you need to do is pick up that keyboard or your phone or whatever it is that you use for email and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that heading, that subject heading, please put radio show question. I like how some people do it, radio show and then the question mark. That is lovely. However you got to do it, that's how you reach out, of course, inside the Tigers Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fabulous and fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow trading off 64 points. She's trading out at 25,955. S&P's up 4. Trade at 2801. NASDAQ 100 up 9 points. That's about a little over 0.1% to the upside. Russell, though, that is the strong dog, up nearly 1 full percentage point, 0.92 to be exact, 1444 to the upside. It's trading out at 1591. Semis are basically completely flat out here. Wilshire 5,000 up $75 or 0.25% out there. You've got light sweet crude back 61 pennies, trading at 63.34. Silver's up 7 cents. Gold is up 6.70. Leading the charge here to the upside, it is Madrigal Pharmaceutical up 11% or $12. AutoZone in the green zone today, up over 1%. That's $9 and change. Trading out at 7.94. Nucana, maybe that's how you say it. NCNA. That's a ticker symbol, up 56%. What is that? Is that actual buyout? Is it what? Yeah, must be. Man, that's a wide-ranging bar. That is a wide-ranging bar with some volume behind it. Nonetheless, you got Adidas. Is that how you say it? I was wearing a pair of Adidas slacks earlier as I had to go out. ADDYY is the ticker symbol. I always called it Adidas, but I think I've been wrong basically my entire adult life. Up 6.88 or 6.5%. It's kind of interesting because everybody is, all the stuff that's going on in Washington. And I had to run a number of errands this morning. And when I was done, kind of in between errands, I had some time. So I said, well, I'll just drive back down along the coastline. And my errands were on the other side of Mar-a-Lago, so Trump's place out there. Figured out, no problem. He's in D.C. If you want to understand what his thinking is, I'll tell you exactly what his thinking is because this is absolute first-hand knowledge. The thinking is he's supposed to be down here in several hours because they've got the whole thing barricaded again. And so the way to get around back to my side, if you got to really do this whole U-turn thing. So it's kind of interesting what I see taking place, or at least listening to on the radio now, seeing it on TV and all the shenanigans going on. He's anticipating being down here this evening for dinner. I don't know what that means. But we'll see, and we'll see if he actually does come down for dinner. Not that he has invited me for dinner. Anyways, so let's just simply, we got one request in. I like it. Let's go take a look at that first request. This is for Peak D. Ticker symbol out here that we're going to go take a look at. Let me get this. Let me get this chart going. Is KSHB. So KSHB. We're going to look at it on our 3 time frame charts here in a moment. I'm just really just literally walk back into my seat, so to speak. So just kind of getting things set up. KSHB. Now, Peak, are you in this? Looking to get in this? Give me your time frame. What is it you're thinking? Are you just looking around? Because it looks like one heck of a move that this thing has had in January. And this is Kush bottles. You got to like, is it really? Do they sell Kush bottles out there? Now, relatively a newcomer to the marketplace. Looks like this thing was February in 2016 when this became a traded stock. Low is 70 cents. And the high is about $9 out here. The actual high is this month out at 851. Looking to get in it. What do they do? Well, that's the monthly chart out here. So if you're looking to get in it, then what you really want me to do is probably take a look at this chart first, because what we like to see when things are going to pull back is we like to see them give us a signal. Typically, that signal is things are moving higher, doing with less relative energy. And Kush, oh, they sell pot, marijuana products. Okay, well, this thing got stretched. Now, this is a daily chart. And here's what you want to take a look at, Peak. This thing came right back to where you'd like to see it come back to a level of support, also known as Stevie's red line. It's trading at 621. Stevie's red line number is really 625. Can we give it a bit of leeway? Yeah, you have to give it a little bit of leeway. We don't exactly go right to the tick, but if this is going to find support and you're looking to get in this, you have a long time for horizon here. It just may be now. And if it does close under it, it's he traded lower today. Below that, then what you would anticipate is another possible entry point for you. It's going to be at 552. Now, today, this formed a brand new daily profile. And this is the interesting thing. And we took a look at this yesterday, the phenomena yesterday. I was so amazed. We took a look at monthly charts, how many of them had formed new profiles. Now, that's not what was amazing. What was amazing was the profiles were below price. That is a very bullish event. It's a very bullish outcome. Does that mean that no matter what, the stock is going to run higher? No, but what I am sharing with you, it is a very bullish outcome. So, Mr. Peak D, if Stevie's red lines holds price, and you've got the price trading above this daily profile, this may be it. Now, this thing made a high out here with about 2.5 million shares, pulled back yesterday 1.6. Today it's 1.2, so really kind of pulling back on light volume. If it continues to move lower, and you were going to say, where's my entry price? I'd go somewhere between 467 and 552, and that is on Kush bottles. What do they sell? Bottles of pot? Why do they call it Kush bottles out there? Again, ticker symbol is KSBH. Best of luck if you get inside that trade. There was another question. Do we see the IYR bottoming out? I believe that's the real estate sector, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am mistaken, well, then too bad. So when we come back out here, we'll go take a look at this stock. At Peak, if this could close above, if you had a one-arm bandit right now, I would say if you pulled 7777, I think it's only 3 sevens, that's what it's got to close above for it to give you a bottoming signal. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. We're going to go take a look at that real estate sector. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So the Dow's off 54 points. I don't think I mentioned it yesterday. I know I did mention it today. In just about 2 weeks, January 31st on a Wednesday from 5 to 6, I'll be holding my my workshop that I do for subscribers out there. Now, this workshop, unlike others that I've done, I kind of sat down and said, well, what should I do or what could I do? And I knew the answer. The answer was, why don't I go ask the subscribers? What is it that they want me to cover out there? What do they want me to expound upon? That just sort of made sense to me. And many of them sent in all these great requests. And they were really all about, how do you use this? Why do you use that? So I call this subscriber event now the ultimate subscriber event because of the acronym USE, Ultimate Subscriber. I thought that was pretty cute out there. And it is going to be an Ultimate Subscriber event for each of them because they have played a role in helping me to be able to help them. That's really what it's all about. It's what we do here on the show. So if you would like to, now some of the areas that are being covered, market breadth was a big area. And I will show you some very cool things that I have never shown any of you on air here. So I'll show that to a subscriber, some different ways that they can use market breadth, some of the stuff you've seen, so as well. Questions about Stevie's Red Line, a number of questions about Stevie's Red Line out there. All of my subscribers get access to that if they want that, if they're using a Thinkorswim platform out there. So that's a beautiful thing. If you'd like to learn more about it, that would be a good reason to become a subscriber. Of course, they have access to me, in essence, 24/7 to a certain extent. I get back on now, I'm sleeping. I'm not, going to return the call or the voicemail or the email and so forth. But I'm basically here to assist. That's it. As to really be here to assist. Mark, a bunch of questions with regard to market portfolio mixes out there for the long term. So it's not something really we covered during the show, and so we'll cover that during the workshop as well. So again, that is going to be less than 2 weeks, January 31st on a Wednesday, 5 to 6. You don't have to be present to win, so to speak. In other words, it's going to be archived and it'll be available on your members page. And if you've ever been thinking about subscribing to my newsletter, and look, we make money too, by the way. Now is the time to go ahead and take advantage of that. So, look, all the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com. Okay, enough of that commercial. Let's go back to the IYR out here. Now, let's go take a look at the IYR. and just try to finish this off. And what we can see out here is you can clearly see an A to B equals C to E to the downside. What is that? We just take a look at a set of swing points. In this case here, that swing point is the high that it made December 18th. Our B point happens to be a low before there was a change in trend. That was December 21st. That change in trend brought a bit of a retracement up into a high on December 29th. Now, we use this as a tool to help us project where price is headed to. And in this case here, the one-to-one was 77.29. We're trading at 77.05 right now. We also see that there is a new daily profile that formed yesterday. That profile has a bullish structure. Price is trading below the low of that profile. The low of that profile is 77.13. So, Pete, you asked the question, is this bottoming out? The answer is, just because it's moving sideways, the answer is no, not just yet. First of all, this would at least need to close above the bottom of that profile box of 77.13. And what it really needs is some type of bullish reversal candle at a minimum. Otherwise, price is likely to head to 76.20, 74.82. Those become our targets. What you and I have to do, our role is to be able to say, okay, project price, understand where it's at in the pattern. In this case here, monitor it daily. You would want to monitor it daily. What happens if we get a nice bullish reversal candle? Does that mean it's time to rush in and take that trade? Well, aggressive traders could start that way. If you're more of a conservative, you want to, when I say conservative, I don't mean, liberal or conservative, a conservative trader out there, and you really want more proof in the pudding, then the price you would pay is for that pudding would be 77.77. That is Stevie's red line. If you get above that, then at least that's telling you you've got a counter trend rally. Otherwise, bouncing up to Stevie's red line, you can see how this is acted as resistance, may be all you've got until you get that confirmation. So I would say keep one eye on it, Pete, because perhaps this is going to bottom, and perhaps you want to be able to take advantage of buying the IYR, but only under the appropriate conditions out there. We've got a question here from Harley Davidson Krishna inside the Tiger's Den. Harley wants to take a look at ORBK. So if we take a look at ORBK out here, and I'm going to go ahead and punch it up on my other system as well. That way we have a good look. What I don't know, Harley, is what is it you're looking at? I have an account with Ameritrade, don't know much about Thinkorswim. I thought it was for options. Thinkorswim? No. Thinkorswim is a trading application. If you want to trade from your chart, right into your account. So no. It's worth, if you're on the Thinkorswim platform, I will share with you that my belief is it's more than worth it for you to spend the time to learn that. If you're going to be a Ameritrade client, or you have been for a while, then you want to go ahead and do it. And one of the reasons why you want to do that is on the Thinkorswim platform, to the extent that you use OCO orders, and I can guarantee if you're on the Ameritrade platform, you're not using them, or there's a very unique way to get it done, but it's really complicated. And OCO just means one cancels the other. It means when you enter the trade, the investment, you have everything figured out. You know where you're going to enter, you know where your stop is, and you have an exit in place. That way you don't have to be in front of the screen. You just let the market do what it's going to do, and you set it and forget it, as Ron Popeil said out there. So, I don't want to give the commercial for it, but, man, if you've got access to those resources, it's just like having access to resources like David, Basil, Tom, Larry, Andy, and myself. You want to take advantage of those resources when you can. In any event, with regard to ORBK, and I do have the time, I still don't know, Harley, what you're doing inside this equity. Are you long, looking to get in? You're short? What are you doing? In either case, or neither of the cases out here, here's what we know. We know that price is trading right into resistance. Resistance being the top of its box. 56.44. We're trading at 56.46. We're just kind of hovering back and forth. Now, that profile is a bearish profile. What do we mean by that? We mean that the center line of the box, which is rarely in the center, but it can be, is closer to the top. If we turn price up, all you have to do is look at this and say, okay, I know I'm going to run into some real resistance on a weekly basis. Voila. It is Friday. Price is right up there. Can it bust through there? It can. It's just resistance. It is like going to the gym and you know that your resistance level is doing 25-pound curls, and doing reps of 14 or 16 or whatever it might be. And then if you add another 5 pounds to it, now you're really at resistance. Doesn't mean. I mean, double gi resistance doesn't mean you can't curl that 30-pounder out there. It just means, boy, you're at resistance and you're really going to have to work hard. Now, you know what happens when you clear resistance. You know, then you're just kind of like, hey, I can do these curls. And then you go to your next level out here. That's called taking it to the next level. Well, in the case of ORBK, what we know is it's up against resistance. And a close above, not by a few pennies, but a nice close above that level says, guess what? It's ready for the 30-pound curl. The other thing that would tell you if you're ready for that 30-pound curl is whether you can clear the top of that high, which is, what, 56.44? Got 1.3 million shares. You're up with 1.9. You're going against this 2.4 million downdraft. It's just simply up against resistance. And I understand. I get the idea that resistance sometimes is going to the gym. I'll think of it in terms of, I don't know, adult beverages and how you lift them. They're all curls. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 43. S&P is up about 5. Let's go out to Denver, Colorado, and speak with Ron. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great, Steve. It's nice and warm out here today, about 60.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Hey, it's the same temperature.
2 days ago it was 2. So.
2. Well, okay. Well, enjoy that 60-degree weather. That's about what it was here this morning, 60 degrees. I don't like it, but I'm happy for you. Now, you want to take a look at...
I just took long-term profits after a year on Holly Frontier, and I was looking at putting the proceeds into NFG, National Fuel,
Okay.
and holding this for at least a year, NFG. I just wondered what your thoughts about investment in National Fuel.
Sure. So what this equity has not done, let's see for what length of period of time. This has been trading sideways, so it's been consolidating really since, we'd have to say, since May of 2016. We're into January of 2017. So at this stage of the game, and I know you mentioned you want this as a long-term holding, did you buy it already?
No, I haven't bought it yet. The reason I look I like to put on this one part of my portfolio, I like to have yield. And so it's a 2.9%, almost 3%. And so I like to have good dividends on. Yeah,
so let's get that yield up. Let's get that yield up. Let's see if we can buy it at a lower price maybe for you.
All right.
Here's what so it's an interesting stock. We know on a long-term basis it has been consolidating, moving sideways for quite a period of time. Now, what this did have, it did have a breakout. So let's take a look at the bullish case. It had a breakout, which means wide price spread, some accelerated volume, which in this equity here was 682,000 shares on January 2nd as we came back to work. And then this has pulled back into that gap. Now, it did it back on January 10th with 387,000 shares. So this is pulling back into a breakout with light volume out there. You know what? And take a look at the daily chart. This is just as fine as any place, I suppose. Maybe you buy some now. Maybe you buy some if it gets down to the 54, 14-ish level. You know, that's another dollar and change to the downside. 54.72 would be a good target area. But since this thing has really been consolidating sideways, you're looking at a long-term holding. You know, maybe we don't really split hairs over a dollar on a I mean, I don't know what you've got this longer-term objective here. The only time you start to get giddy is if it breaks out to the upside, which would be, I would say, above 61.50 or so. And then you start to get concerned if somehow this thing gets below 50.61. Because if it did that, then what it would be telling you is it would be coming down into about 46.46 to 37.03. But at that stage, there's nothing right now that suggests to you or I that that's what's going to happen, meaning really get all the way down.
I just wondered, the healthcare stocks like OHI and Sabrina, SBRA and all that, they've really been killed. What do you think about that sector? When do you think can you ever mention when you go back into that sector?
Well, so I don't know. So I'd really have to understand that sector, because when you say healthcare, if we were looking at the S&P 500 healthcare, the XLV, that has not been hammered because that's at all-time highs for the most part. It's pulling back a little bit today. So I'd really have to understand this specific sector that it's in. Do you know what that? Do you know what that is by any chance?
All I know is they do senior. A lot of them do senior hospitals, and they take care of the senior, retirement homes and so forth.
Yeah, so the question is, are those senior retirement homes more in the real estate sector, and it's more real estate plays versus I don't know the answer to that, because we were looking at the IYR. We've seen how that's fallen apart. That looks similar to this. I would be happy to answer that question for you. Maybe what you can do is try to figure out what sector some of these stocks are in. Then we can go take a look at the entire sector and try to rip apart. I think.
I'll study that and let you know. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I think everything makes a bottom. It's just a matter of being able to find a decent pattern, that you can trade. In this case here, which is OHI, it has a very defined A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. If it closes below 26.96, you're at 26.20. That's on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis, then this would say 19.59 would be your price objective out there. And what it's trying to do on a monthly basis, only the 19th, is break through a swing point that has 36 million shares. You're at 25 million right now with, I don't know, probably 8, 9 trading sessions left inside this. So this may have lower to go out there. But yeah, so get back to me on that sector. I'll be happy to look at it with you.
Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for calling. That was Ron in Denver. We've got Sylvia from Tampa. Sylvia, thanks for holding. Thanks for calling. And you want to take a look at Regeneron Pharmaceuticals?
I do, Steve. Thank you. What I would like you to kind of tell me, please, or help me with,
Yeah.
What's your opinion on it, and where do you see it going? I'm currently in it at 367.81, and
Okay.
it's just for a short-term trade only.
Okay. So here's what. So I'm going to put up Regeneron Pharmaceutical, and I like, I like the pattern that we have seen thus far in it. And I'm looking at a daily chart. I always like when price moves lower, does with less relative energy, as this one was back in December out here. I'm sorry, November 29th was when it made its low. This hasn't had the real breakout that you want to see just yet, but it is certainly a candidate at this stage of the game for that to occur. And you're at 361, so that's pretty good because what was the bottom?
367.81.
367. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so at this stage, you're looking at this chart. You really like to see this continue to stay above 368.97 right now, but that number is going to change. But I like the potential bottoming candidate. That was a daily chart. And when I take a look at the daily chart, we'll step to the weekly and then to the monthly. The other possibility here, if we take a look at the daily basis, November 29th, this thing made a high volume low, high volume-ish low, 2.6 million shares. And price recently, over the course of last, say, January 10th, 11th, and 12th, has moved down to test that swing point, more at the top of it, some of the body, with much lighter volume. 800,000 shares, 627,000 shares, 830. The message here to you is the fact, Sylvia, is the fact that it doesn't have enough energy to push lower, right? The sellers seem to have vacated, which is what you like to see out here. Now, do you really want to continue to see this close above 371.39? You're slightly above it today because this is, in essence, rejecting that swing point, a candidate to move higher. What we don't like is we don't like that it's under 378.37. Just happens to be the daily profile. That's a level of should have been support. It's not support. Now it's resistance. You just want to see price get above that. Still a bottom candidate. If we look at a weekly time frame out here for the same equity, we can see that it completed a weekly A to B equals CD to the downside. Now, if we look at what this was going against, that was with, now did it with volume, big volume out here. Was that an exhaustion move to the downside? I don't know. Maybe 8.4 million shares. In essence, was going out against a breakout that had about 7 million shares. So you would have liked to have seen this come in here lower, but it hasn't. This would say if this stays above, continues to stay above 370.09 on a weekly basis, you ought to see a run up into the 412 area. That's what the current weekly chart is communicating to us. We'll take one quick peek here. Whoops, if I can get this correct. We'll take a quick peek here at the monthly. And the monthly says, hey, if you can stay above 373.32, it should make a run to 470. Does that help you out? Hey, why don't you stay on through the break? And we'll be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profile So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Sylvia in Tampa. We're trying to rip apart Regeneron Pharmaceuticals, REGN, and Sylvia's got a position in it. You know, Sylvia, as I took a look at this during the break, I think the key number for you to watch as I speak right now is 387.82. Now, it's $15 away. I'm not talking about today. If it can clear that level, it'll be a different number come next week. But right around that level, then you should be then you will have caught a good bottom. So I don't know if you've taken a full position or is this a long-term? Did you say that and I just ignored it? Is this a long-term holding for you?
Not so long-term, Steve. I'll be honest with you. I was hoping if it could get up to somewhere around the 425 level. But I'll definitely note the 387 that you're referring to. And let me ask you one more question, please.
Sure.
If it closed right here, right now, the day, would you feel comfortable if it was yours holding over the weekend?
Yeah, I think what you have going for you on that daily chart is the mere fact that this has tested and rejected the November 29th candle swing point. That's the most important area for you to be watching, which had 2.6 million shares. And it's because it has pulled back there on quick math says like a third of the volume. Maybe it's 35%, something like that. So it is telling you that, you know, sellers have vacated. What you haven't seen here is any kind of real buying, so to speak. So, you know, and that's what you like to see. But, you know, I don't see if I saw a clear reason to say, yeah, you know what, Maria, Sylvia, you probably should go ahead and close this out. I don't see that. That doesn't mean I can see into the future. I'm not sure. Karnak. But I don't see the reason here to say, yeah, you should get out. What I know is, hey, when and if this closes above 387, then I think you're on to something. And that on to something says, okay, if you're comfortable with just getting 420 out of it, you probably will, you know, if not higher. You know, 470 would not be out of the equation.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have a great weekend.
You too, and thanks so much for calling. That was Sylvia in Tampa. We're taking a look at Regeneron. So we do have a couple of folks that let their fingers do the walking. Phil is one of them. Phil wants to take a look at ticker symbol COLL, not coil, COLL, and we'll look at this on I'll look at it of one eye on my other chart here. But Phil says, I'm in Collegium Pharmaceuticals. From about $21. You're trading at $21.50 right now. On ABC, up would target about 29. area. This would break out of its base and therefore set up a measure move to $50. Well, what's your approach? What are your approaches say to this hypothesis? Well, let's go take a look at that hypothesis, and we can't look at the monthly chart because there's really no pattern here. Again, it's a equity that's been around since June of 2015, so not a lot here. Bullish side is it's trading above its only monthly profile out there at 1809. Let's look at the weekly time frame. And what I was really looking for, Phil, was just really a very identifiable consolidation. And this is probably what you're looking at, because it's what I would be looking at too. And so let's go with that measured move hypothesis. And what Phil's doing is, in essence, is using the area of, let's say, February 15, 2016, as the top of the consolidation. And because we have in essence, the consolidation, this would actually, this week, and I'm looking at the weekly chart, this would actually confirm a double bottom pattern. I don't like to use the word double bottom because it's really just a test of a swing point. A double bottom infers that you've broken out of the consolidation out here. Because what price did in this equity on a weekly basis, it made a low August 29, 2016, 993,000 shares, and that was tested with 2.5 million. So it was tested with volume and said, hey, guess what? I'm not done down there. I was pushing into a swing point with volume. I'm going to be back down here. Well, just like Sylvie and I were looking at, this thing got back down there, but with 1.5 million shares in August of 2017. In September 2017, 1.5 million shares. So this thing here was testing that swing point, rejecting it with lighter volume, not a lot of sellers. Now this thing is pushing higher on a weekly basis. That swing area, that consolidation area only has 899, maybe 1.2 million shares. This is up with 2.8 million shares. Right? It's breaking out with accelerated volume, with conviction behind the move. And so where Phil is coming from with regard to a measured move is nothing more than that consolidation. So if we just go ahead and make a similar rectangle, we add it to the top of the rectangle, then I come up with 34.88. That is the consolidation that I'm looking at, not $50, but I'm looking at, but that's okay. You're in at 20, basically 20, 21 bucks out here. So it does look like this is breaking out of a clear consolidation pattern where it had formed that double bottom, had tested it with lighter volume out there, and it's got the whole kit and caboodle to go ahead and actually take out its highs. And the highs in this thing for Collegium were $30.58. In essence, when I look at just this weekly chart, that's the only pattern that we need to know. That's the only pattern that I actually see. The other thing to consider, and it's not much of a consideration, is this is trading in towards the swing point high. But if you look at which is the week of December 28th, but it was the downdraft you had on January 4, 2016 with 2.5 million. You're pushing into that with volume. This is headed back towards its highs. So, Phil, I say congrats on the trade. It looks good to me. We don't have to look any further out there. And best of luck to you on this. Collegium, C-O-double-L. We've got John in Sarasota. John wants to take a look at TBT. Hi, Steve. If TBT is going up to where? Well, let's go take a look at the TBT. And, John, this is one of those ETFs where you and I really have to be taking a look at the 30-year Treasury, right? Because the underlying instrument is going to control where is this headed to. And so we've really got – you've got to – and I know you want to know where's TBT headed to. But I would absolutely, positively, totally – do you an injustice by only looking at by looking at the TB chart and giving you a price projection. Instead, what we have to do is we have to go take a look at the 30-year Treasury. So let's go do that. Let's take a ride on the reading. And that's just because it's so we can go read that chart out here. And I'm going to pull up the March contract. Here's the daily contract. And here's what this is telling us. This suggests to you and I that the 30-year Treasury is in the process of forming an A to B equals CD to the downside. The number you're looking at there is 146.59. That is the first target. Will it stop there? I don't know if it will stop there. I could easily make the 1 to 1.272 in the 144 level. The 30-year March contract has a falling price oscillator below zero. Prices tried to turn that price oscillator up by getting above Stevie's red line. Has it done that? Not in the last couple of weeks it hasn't. Every time it's gotten up there, it's been whacked, all right? And when it gets whacked, that says, hey, that was nothing more than a little counter-trend move up to resistance. That is the line of resistance. So I would say you can watch TBT, but you must be paying attention to what is the underlying instrument. And right now, it's the March 2018 30-year bond headed lower. TBT headed higher. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's do this for John in Sarasota as well, because, you know, the premise of the question if TB is going up, TBT, which is the inverse for what we're looking at right now on our screen is the Treasury bond. So he's looking at shorting bonds in essence. And the question was, you know, where is this headed to? And as I said, we've got to take a look at the 30-year and just have to pay attention to it. Now, this is a continuous contract, right? So, you know, you've got to pay attention to the current contracts that are trading. I don't know what your time frame horizon is, but I do want to give you kind of a target area as to where 30-year treasuries are eventually headed to. And this is take a look at a quarterly chart. That goes back, I'm just taking a look at a trend line that's established back in 1984. And so prices headed down into this area, 131-ish and change. You're at 149. And if we take a look at a monthly chart out here, it's really confirming that as well. Now you can see that the 30-year treasuries have really not done much for the most part since this is November, I believe. No, it's not November. Why would I believe that? Yeah, November 2016. So really kind of a relatively tight range out here. But you see Stevie's red line. Well, look, let's just see how this thing made a top out here. We'll see it was doing it with less relative energy out there, right? Just the way that every major bear market forms, right? For everybody out there that's talking about the word euphoria, and, you know, everything is how you frame it. I'll reframe it for you, at least the way that I see it. Euphoria, euschmoria, doesn't matter. The way tops get made in markets, prices move higher due to less relative energy. Most of the times they'll do it with this pattern that you're looking at out here. For all instruments, doesn't have to. It could be a seventh wave move, singing the key of G. Monthly chart, 30-year continuous contract, key of G. Stevie's red line continues to act as resistance. That's the way every bear market operates. It's the opposite for the bull market out there. You can take a look at anything. For the most part, you're trading above Stevie's red line, 67.78 inside of the NQ right now. If that doesn't get pierced, meaning close below, the market moves higher. Not necessarily today, but over time. Folks, great to be with you. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll do the same, I promise you that. And then I'll see you back here on magnificent, magical Monday. Take care.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.